All right, and we're live. Welcome back to another episode of Pitch Picks. I got myself, Chief, and Za in the building. We got a beautiful board this weekend, fellas. I mean, if you want to just sit back in your couch from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. and do nothing but watch football, this is the weekend for you. I mean, this board is absolutely loaded.
Big games, big meaningful games at the top, bottom, middle, people fighting for Europe. It's going to be a hotly contested weekend. We're right down to the end here. The run-in is upon us.
I can't wait. But before we get into this week's games, we have to talk about this Chelsea United game. Obviously, Chelsea was up 2-0. United came back, tied it before halftime, took the lead. In the 86-minute mark, they were up 3-2 and lost the game. So, Chief, do you
96.
think – was it the 96?
Yeah.
96th minute.
Stoppage time.
96th minute, they were up 3-2, lost the game. So, Chief, do you think the better side won that game, or did United, as they say, across the pond, bottle it?
I think they bottled it, but I also feel like Chelsea has been – they've been sputtering kind of all year, but they show these little signs of life. It's hard not to fall in love with Cole Palmer now. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility looking at their What? What's that?
Go on. No,
that they make a run at like the top 7.
I mean, he's a penalty merchant. The guy scored. People are falling in love with a guy that scored 9, 10 penalties. It's like his GA is. I mean, he's in. What position is Chelsea? Like 12th? 11th, 12th, whatever the hell they're in. He scored 8 or whatever, how many penalties, and then everybody's saying that he's better than Saka, who's fighting for top of the league. It's absolute crazy. Yes, Cole Palmer's a good player, but let's relax.
You don't think Cole Palmer deserves a seat at that table with Saka and Foden?
I did not say that. I did not say
it. Sounds like you're saying that.
I said this motherfucker is in 10th. He scored 1 billion penalties, and everybody out there is saying he's better than Bukayo Saka, who's carrying his team in a title chase.
So you don't think there's a debate to be had that Cole Palmer is better than Saka?
You can debate it, but I don't think so.
Okay. What about Foden? Do you think there's a discussion that Cole Palmer?
Now Foden, yes. Foden, you can. There's a discussion. Wait. Foden and Cole Palmer, or Foden and Saka?
I'm just saying, put Palmer at the table. Do you think he belongs at the table with Saka and Foden?
This season, yes.
He's a little notch behind those other two. This is his first year doing it too.
Yeah. It depends on how big the table is, but yeah, based off this season's work, yes, he does belong at the table. Now, if you're asking me if he's better than them two, absolutely not.
Okay, right. So out of those 3, who's the best player?
You just don't want to say it.
I don't know why you're breathing.
I mean, it's Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka's been doing it. He's been doing it since 2020. The guy carried England. He's carried Arsenal. Carried Arsenal since 2020. Started at left back. This guy was performing for us at left back at the age of 18, carrying a team with people like Aubameyang, who was checked out at the time. Lacazette. It was bad those days. Dani Ceballos back in them days. Pablo Mari, Rob Holding, carrying that team. Without Bukayo Saka, bro, we wouldn't have gotten that Europa League that kept us afloat money-wise and all that. And he was doing it. And, yeah, and then now last season, I mean, we fought right to the end. People are going to say we bottled it. No, we didn't. Man City have been champions for, 4 of the last 5-6 years, 5 of the last 5-6 years. They are the Dons around town. They caught us. I mean, they had a stronger squad than us. We were unfortunate to lose Saliba and all, but in that 35 games, Saka was our guy. 35 game weeks or 34 game weeks that were top of the league, leading, dominating people. Saka was the guy producing. So I strongly feel that Saka, yes, he may not look as, and that's not saying Phil Foden's a bad player. Phil Foden is an absolutely brilliant player, technically gifted. He's very easy on the eye. Looks good when you're watching him. Yep. He looks better. He looks better when you're watching him because he's easy on the more easy on the eye. Saka's efficient. Saka has certain things that he does. He does 1-2 things, and he does those 1-2 things well.
Yep.
Foden is Mr.
He's got a bag of tricks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All I'll say is Saka, 21 goal contributions in 28 games. Foden, 21 goal contributions in 30 games. Palmer, 24 goal contributions in 25 matches. So he's getting it done this year.
Hey,
those PKs, though. I mean, Saka's taking them too, though.
That is true, but you also you can't just look at the stats in isolation. You got to look at the situation that Chelsea's in, and you got to give these guys credit, the guys at the top. I mean, We have the whole entire. I mean, you're noticing it now this year.
Yeah.
We have anytime we play, we have the whole entire world watching and rooting against us.
I love it.
Waiting
People don't
for you to fail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People don't even give a fuck about Chelsea. They're so bad. They don't even give a. I don't even know when they're playing.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's
like
Parma's
irrelevant.
playing and performing without the whole entire. I mean, we'll go in there to go watch them to make jokes, but Parma's playing. The top of the
Pressure
table
free.
pressure. I think the top of the table pressure is a bit more on Saka. The Arsenal fan base is bigger and louder. It's the only thing you can compare the Arsenal fan base to is Man United.
Yeah.
And Liverpool, I guess. But
Yeah, those are the three.
them three. It's different when you're playing for them three clubs, man. It's a lot of expectations, a lot of history within those three clubs, and you gotta perform. Otherwise, you'll get eaten live by the boys on the internet.
Absolutely. Internet never loses. But you know what else loses a lot? Our picks. So let's get into those. The first game we got is Fulham at home up against Newcastle. Fulham is plus 125. Newcastle is plus 195. The draw is plus 290. Here's a little smoke stats for you. I looked these up before we did the show. Fulham has just lost one of their last 6 Premier League matches at home, 4 wins, 1 draw. Fulham are winless in their last 8 head-to-heads against Newcastle, and Newcastle has only won 2 of their last 11 league matches on the road. Chief, I'll start with you. What do you like in this game?
I think the safest thing is both teams to score. Both teams give up a ton of goals. Newcastle, especially on the road. Fulham scores at home. Craven Cottage is a tough place to play.
Yeah.
So I like both teams to score. This one kind of smells like a draw to me. I can see a 2-2 draw. I like the over as well. I love the form that Isak is in. He's one of those guys, I think if you're looking for a striker, I think he's going to be on the move.
You see how quick Zal popped up there?
I think he's going to be on the move.
Let me
this
speak
summer.
my mind real quick.
I think I was reading that he might end up at Spurs. So I think he's going to be on the move, but he's in great form. So I love him to have 2 shots or more. And I don't know if I'm going to bet the draw, but that is the most appealing thing to me on the board. It's a straight play.
All right, so you're going to lean draw plus 290. You're
Yep.
taking both teams to score. What's that pay?
I'm taking, so here, my bet is going to be I'm a wild parlay guy. On
I like
Saturday.
that.
So I'm going over 2.5, both teams to score. Isak over 2 shots. All that together is plus 250.
Okay, I like it. Za, what do you like in this game?
So just before I get on what I like, real
Sure.
quick on Isak, would you pay? Because this is the one I'm getting murdered for. I said absolutely the fuck not. 60 at most. Would you pay 100 for him?
No, I don't think so.
Fair.
No.
All right, fair. All right.
So if the price is right.
I said. So here's the problem with Isak. He's a very good player. Very good player. Movement's great. He is the profile that we're looking for. A dynamic striker, big enough. He's not a hold up guy.
He's kind of scrawny, but
he's not a hold up. He's a get behind the line kind of guy, and he'd be a good addition to our squad. But at 100 million, it's crazy. The guy's injury record is probably as bad as Jesus's one.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
If I'm paying 100 million, I need a guy that's guaranteed to give me 38 games.
That's available.
Year,
yeah.
And Isak's not going to give you that. But on this game, this was actually one of my stronger leans. I really thought about it, and I think I might just do a quick. I didn't want to do this, but yeah, okay. So it's going to turn from a lean to an official pick.
Wow.
I
Okay,
love
so
that.
talk to me.
So now I got 2 of
Talk
them. I
to
only
me,
had
Za.
one pick for you, but I love that over too.
Look in the
That
camera
over.
while you do
All
it
right.
too, so they know that you're being dead ass.
I love
teams to score in the over.
I love the over. I don't know about both teams
Okay.
to score, but I love that over 3.5. I feel like there's goals in this game.
Yep.
So add that to my pick sheet.
So you're on the over,
I'm on the over, and
You're
I'm
on the
both,
over.
and both to score.
and if I'm leaning over, that's probably
Do
a
it.
bad sign. So the people watching out there, all 3 of us,
Fade.
like the over.
That's a treble. That's a treble. We're all
yeah,
on
it's a
it.
treble fade.
Yeah.
You should probably
Yeah.
go under. All right, next game we got is Wolves at home versus West Ham. Wolves are plus 150. West Ham is plus 175. The draw is plus 260. West Ham has won just 2 of their last 10 on the road, 2 draws, 7 losses. Wolves' last 5 home games head-to-head against West Ham, 4 wins, 1 loss. West Ham hasn't had a draw in any of their 11 league games when they are starting as underdogs. So they got 4 wins, 7 losses, no draws as an underdog. Chief, what do you like in this game?
Well, then give me draw no bet West Ham. I think West Ham's the better team. I think they're playing a little bit better. Wolves are still nicked up. They're having a few guys come back, but they're not fully healthy. I think they need to be fully healthy to line up against West Ham. So I think West Ham draw no bet is the play. minus
Okay.
110.
What do you like, Za?
I don't like this game at all, man. I'm going to sit this one out. If you ask me what would happen in this game, Wolves at home, right?
Yep.
Wolves at home, West
Mhm.
Ham. Even that, I don't even know, man. So I
tough.
guess a draw, I guess?
Draw plus
Even that?
260.
Hey, that's tasty. That's tasty. That's tasty. Which tells me that I don't think that's gonna happen. But
You don't think the draw's going to happen?
at plus 260?
Yeah.
They think there's gonna be a winner, man. That's what. That's
Well,
telling
it's
me.
plus 150, plus 175, plus 260. So they're all
Oh yeah, they
within
don't know what
striking
they're
distance
doing.
of
So they
each
like
other.
me. They don't know what they're doing. So yeah, people they just go in there blindly. I guess draw.
Throw it, put a blindfold on, close it, throw a dart, and bet responsibly on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to fade Chief here. I'm going to take the Wolves plus 150. And I'm simply just going off that because I think they have their number, at least at home. Like I said earlier, they've won their last 5 head-to-heads against West Ham. So I'm going to go with the Wolves here. I don't really have anything else to add on to that because I'm kind of like Zaw. Am I going to bet this game? Probably not, but I'm going to lean Wolves if I had to make a pick.
Yeah, I liked how the Hammers looked against Spurs in the midweek too. So that's definitely on my brain. I think what?
It was 1-1.
It was a draw, yeah. So getting a result on the road against
That's
Spurs, yeah. So I think that they're the better team. I'll take draw, no bet.
All right, next game we got Brighton at home, plus 425 against our Arsenal, minus 160. The draw is plus 330. The Seagulls fly high at home. They haven't lost at home in their last 12 matches. And as an Arsenal fan, I got to tell you, this is the first time I've ever said this all year. I'm nervous about this game. I don't think it's as easy as a layup as everyone thinks. Arsenal's minus 160. You already know everyone at home is thinking to themselves, oh, Arsenal minus 160? That sounds easy. And then they probably did what I did. Oh, let me see what they are the first half. Oh, they're plus 110. I get one of the best teams in the world at plus 110. All they got to do is win the first half. I'm a little nervous about this game. I don't think it's as easy as it's dressed up to be, Zaw. What do you think?
You know, I never really thought about those first half bets, but that's tasty. Plus 110. Away at Brighton, as you said, it's a tricky place to go. It's a tricky place to go. They've had our number all the in the past with Mopay doing his nonsense for Brighton and all that. Man, it's yeah. No, I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous, but at the same time too, my heart's nervous, but my brain is telling me that we're playing very well, man.
And that's another thing I like too, because if you watch Arsenal play, we're just so dominant, especially defensively. We've had 4 straight clean sheets on the road, one of them at the Etihad.
You know what made me realize how well we're playing? I was sitting there yesterday watching that United-Chelsea game. 4-3 it was entertaining because they were scoring goals, but the actual quality of the quality
They couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Quality of playing a 4-3 game was terrible. But yeah, so no, we're playing very well, which shouldn't worry me, but I mean PTSD from the former.
You got that scar tissue, brother.
Brother. Anytime we play, man, it's like.
Let me help you out here. I do think that home form this year little bit misleading. Their last several games at home. So let's take a look. They had a draw on the 24th against Everton. Everton's at the bottom of the table. Okay, they did beat Palace, but Palace kind of sucks too. They had a 0-0 draw against Wolves in January at home. Like that home form, they have historically been very good there. I do think their injuries have been catching up to them too. You guys are too good. You're too good. This is one of those we talked about in the last show.
Don't overthink it.
You don't mind the juice,
unless you lose.
But it's money line minus 165. Don't think. Just throw. I might put that together with the under. I don't think Brighton's up for it. I don't think Brighton's up for it. Arsenal's too good.
All right. So my favorite bet in this game is actually the under 2.5 goals. As I said before, Arsenal's defense, I think it's the best in the league. They have 4 straight clean sheets on the road, one of them at the Etihad. And don't forget, we got a Champions League game against Bayern Munich on Tuesday. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if Mikel Arteta sits a Saka and some of the offensive guys that put balls in the back of the net, trying to get them healthier for Champions League. I still think he'll put out a good lineup. Correct me if I'm wrong, Zal, but it wouldn't surprise me if we see guys like a Jesus or Martinelli not starting this game. Therefore, them on the road, I could see Arsenal go out there, win 1-0, 2-0, and the under 2.5 hits. I do not think Brighton's going to score on Arsenal this game.
All right. So if Arsenal money line and the under 2.5 is plus 310,
That's a bet right there.
I'm sprinting to take that one.
Wait, Arsenal money line and the under?
Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
think we're gonna bang in goals?
I think you're gonna get. I think it's gonna be like what we saw the other day, just 2-0, and it'll be a little bit of a cakewalk. It'll be boring second half. You guys will just play keep away.
What do you think, Zal? You sound like
yeah.
we're about to see a 5-0 game.
No. So I don't know. So on the lineup, I don't know who's gonna play. I mean, there was changes. There was like 5-6 changes.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I'm obviously the new cat. I'm the new cat on the block, but I could see Mikel resting a couple guys. Like, hey, I'd rather you be fit for Champions League. We could go out there and handle Brighton on the road.
There's gonna be changes, but for example, the guys that Martinelli didn't start last. He came off the bench.
Right, he came off. Yeah,
Jesus didn't start off the bench. He came off the bench. The thing is, we're in a good spot. Our squad is healthy. And we're playing well. So you never know who's gonna start. It depends on who we're playing, what Arteta's thinking in terms of strategy. Like, for example, Trossard, Havertz, and Jesus are all playing well through the middle.
Mm-hmm.
If he wants to use a target man, he'll start Havertz. He could also start Trossard in that false nine. Jesus, we've seen Jesus start on the wing and all that. So I don't know who's gonna play. Just a little tidbit for you, and I don't know if this will change your mind. I just saw Saka not pictured in training today. Does that spook you or no?
If anything, that helps me with my under bet at 2.5. Does it spook me? No. Now, if he's not playing against Byron or if he's not playing when I'm in London next Sunday, yes, that would spook me. But like you said, this team is so deep. They are getting healthier. I mean, Saka not being healthy isn't great, but I don't think it's anything serious to the point where it's going to affect us down the stretch. Like, I don't think this injury, he's going to be out for 2-3 weeks.
That's the thing with Arsenal. You never know, man. They always tell us, it's just a tiny knock, he'll be back. And then next thing you know, it's a month later, and it's still a tiny knock, he'll be back. But no, we should be good. I think we'll win. Score. I mean, arrogance. Is it arrogant for me to predict a clean sheet? 2-3-0?
2-3. I mean, I make it 2 and just get
I
on
like
this train
2-0.
with us. 2-0 plus 310.
I like that. All right. Next game we got United plus 370 at home up against Liverpool, who is minus 165. The draw is plus 380. Little smoke stat for you here. Klopp's men have won just 2 of their last 12 visits to Old Trafford. Does that change how you view this game, Chief?
I think United might be broken for real this time. They've had a lot of problems the last couple of years, can't get right. Liverpool coming in, Klopp's last time into Old Trafford. I think he goes out on top. I got Liverpool minus 160 in that. I don't mind the juice. I think they're going to win that game. I think that was such a gut-wrenching way to lose midweek. Yeah. Having to bounce back from that feels impossible against a team that it's not like Liverpool is going to go in on a cakewalk either. They're right there with you guys, trying to win the title. So I like Liverpool to take care of business and one last notch in Klopp's belt here.
And I think you made a great point there, because losses like that, you could either build off that for momentum, but since it's been back-to-back, like absolute heartbreaking losses for United, it might break them. And I don't think they have the leadership.
They don't.
To like say, hey guys, we're still here, we're a really good team, and have those guys bought in, like fighting for something. Which is why I'm just going to bet Manchester United, just because that's what I'm thinking, and usually what I think is wrong, so I'm going to take Manchester United.
You're in fade yourself.
Yeah, I'm fading myself. Manchester United, draw, no bet, plus 265. Liverpool, they do struggle at Old Trafford. You did make a good point. It is Klopp's last trip there, so he might come with a little extra spunk.
Yep.
But, yeah, you could also be right that last loss against Chelsea absolutely broke this team, and they're just waiting for the season to be over to fire their gaffer. But, Za, what do you like in this game?
All right. I want to talk to the Manchester United fans. I just clean my glasses.
Look right in that camera.
To make sure that you can see me. There's no specs so you can see my eyes.
You're seeing clearly right now, 2020.
I want to talk to the Manchester United fans. Brothers, I really do want to talk to the Manchester United fans right now. Brothers out there is no way in hell you are winning this game. There is no shot you're beating Liverpool. Absolutely no fucking shot you are beating Liverpool. You guys are absolute garbage, junk. How I saw you play, against Chelsea in this midweek was horrendous. The fact that you throw away an entire game in the 96, 2 minutes. You couldn't see out 2 minutes. 2 minutes. There is no coming back from that kind of stuff. These guys, the guys you have on the field, guys like fucking, you got an 18-year-old Maino. I mean, I like the guy. I like him. I think he's a good player. You got 18-year-olds Maino. You got people like Maguire. Those guys are mental midgets. They're going to be thinking about that Chelsea game every single day until the end of the season. Because of that, right there, your season's over. That's where your season died on that Chelsea game. It's over. It's over. It's curtains. Now it's just autopilot. I guess you got to play games to, so we can have a proper league and it can be official, finish off the 38 kind of thing. But fellas, if you have summer plans and all that, go to your vacations. If you're trying to go to Dubai, go to Dubai. Don't even bother watch this game. Go enjoy your lives.
Wow.
This makes me want to ask you, where do they finish? Because I do look at Chelsea with a game in hand. Chelsea's got they got Sheffield. That's 3 points. They lose here. Now they're like right sniffing around.
Not in Europe. I'll tell you that. They're not gonna
Man United is not in Europe.
Not in Europa. Not in Conference League.
Okay.
Wow.
They're plummeted.
I predict that those kind of.
So you love Liverpool to win this game minus 160.
Those kind of losses are just are gut wrenching.
Yeah.
Those losses.
Dead.
When you lose a game you've won. That kills you on the inside.
It's a 6-point swing.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: if Liverpool does what you said they will do and beat United, do you think they have the table on lock?
No.
Okay.
It's still they're still way.
I think it's coming down to the last.
There's still way too many games.
Yeah.
Coming down to it's coming down to May 19th.
All right.
Because even in that when they were playing Sheffield, I know it was early in the game. There were moments where I was like, all right, maybe we might have something here, but
and then Liverpool did what they always do and fucking blow them out.
Bro, I hate how fucking the run-in is the worst. We're literally going to be.
I honestly love it. I've never experienced anything like this before in my life. This is one of the best feelings I've ever had.
I can't do this.
I know how stressful it is, but I'm glad. It's a privilege to have that stress.
Just grinds on you.
Yes, but it's like imagine if you were a United fan, you had nothing to play for, and you're just like, all right, let me turn on my TV and watch this shit. We get to turn on the TV and we're like, we need to win this game so we can win the fucking league. Like that stress is a privilege to have.
This last year it was the league. The year before that it's Europe. The year before that it's Europe. It's always just stressful until the 38th game, man.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather be stressing?
I mean,
let's watch our fucking game. That means nothing.
I wouldn't change a single thing about it.
I
love it. I mean, I'll complain and moan and bitch about it, but I wouldn't change a single thing about it.
All right, last game we got before we get into our Superdog and treble picks. We got Tottenham at home minus 260 up against Chiefs Nottingham Forest. Draw is plus 450. Chief, I'm gonna start with you, buddy. What do you got?
I like both teams to score.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
Look at the way that Tottenham set up. They're so narrow on the back. I do think this is an opportunity where our strengths are on the wings. So if you play a compact D and you spring Alanga, you spring Callum Hudson-Odoi, they're going to have chances in transition. Morgan Gibbs-White was sensational. He was sensational midweek against Fulham. So we just keep riding that momentum. Look, it's tough to win against Spurs, especially on the road. So I'm not going to go out here and predict the win. Forest will be on the board. And then this to me is like, this is the day where you look at like the player props for anytime goals for Forest. But you got good value. Anthony Alanga, like I said, he's going to be. I would not surprise me if fucking Nuno leaves him on the bench. But if Nuno has his wits about him and he plays the same lineup that we just saw against Fulham and Alanga is on the wing, he's plus 450 anytime.
I love that.
He's going to have chances in this game. Morgan Gibbs-White, who had that beautiful finish at the end of the first half against Fulham, great combination with Danilo. He's plus 500. Those are the guys where I feel like if Forest will score, it will be on the fast break. It'll be one of those two guys. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of couple little bets on those, and then both teams to score. And then I'll probably take Forest double chance too.
Okay, see, I didn't think you were gonna do that before the show. You're like,
I'm not recommending.
I'm not betting them. But when you wake up Sunday morning, you get the crust out of your eyes, you drink a water to help that hangover. You're gonna look at that plus 600 and be like, yeah, she's talking.
Do as I say, not as I do. I don't think it's impossible to get a point out of this. It's just,
I mean, it's Tottenham too. Like,
yeah.
they haven't been great at home.
Yeah, right. So it's not impossible. A draw, I would.
A draw, you're jumping up and down.
Yeah, I would love a draw in this game. And then we're in that spot, so you're watching the other games. I want Bournemouth to beat Luton. I don't know what I want. I want to draw in that Burnley Everton game, and that's kind of what we're looking at. But yeah, I think Forest will be on the board. Mark my words, Forest will score.
Za?
You got a little hyped when I said Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah. He had a magnificent. I like him. I like him as a player. He had a magnificent game, man. His goal, Danilo did very well there because the whole entire stadium was screaming, "Shoot!"
The Forest broadcaster was like, "Shoot it!" He goes, "Oh yeah, nice."
He fainted for the shoot, and he just slotted him in.
That was beautiful.
Great decision. Was good. Your offense is flying, man. Your offense is flying. My worry is, can you be watertight at the back? Because I
cannot.
think if you can manage to somehow focus for the entire 90 minutes and be watertight at the back, I think you can get a result.
I think we can get a result. It might take 2 goals to get a result, but we're so bad against set pieces. We can't stay tight for 90 minutes. It's just Forest doesn't have it. They don't have it in them. I like their individual pieces. It feels like we got 2 21-year-old center backs, so it's going to be tough to keep it to keep them to 1. But I think I think it's possible that this could be a 2-2 draw.
Because your counter is devastating. Yeah. So if you can just keep Tottenham out.
God, I would love it.
Your counter, Elanga.
That'd be a great day.
Yeah. Elanga, Hudson-Odoi. You got Elanga on one wing, Hudson-Odoi on one wing. You've got Morgan Gibbs-White.
You're talking about them like they're Arsenal.
Chris Wood has turned into Alan Shearer, too.
If you watch the 3-1, their counter
that was a great game.
Absolutely, it was crazy.
That might be the first time I've ever seen Forrest put balls on the back of the net.
There was the one Elanga chance that he should have buried.
It should have been 4 or 5-0.
Was furious.
He was.
Because he was a 1-2. It was a 1-2 with Gibbs-White. He should have brought it back to Gibbs-White. He had the better shot, but he took it on and he just missed. But no, your counter is devastating. So if you can
talk to me about Chris Wood too, he's Alan Shearer right now. He's been incredible. Yeah. So those Forest will score. It's just I don't think they'll score enough.
I'm going Forest draw.
All right,
okay,
all right, Za. Let's go, Za.
It's just keep.
Has nothing to do with them playing against Spurs.
It has a little bit of that.
I feel like
it has a little bit of that.
Might have to add a Spurs cat on the panel anytime we bring that up, because right now it sounds like Forrest is not losing to Tottenham. That's what it sounds like to me.
We need a guy with a brain.
Yeah,
that Forrest pick. I'll warn the people. That Forrest pick was personal. I was very biased on that one.
Same.
All right, it's time for the Super Dog. So if you're new here, the Super Dog is all 3 of us. We give out a play that is plus 250 or more. I'll start things off. I got Manchester United, draw, no bet, plus 265. Am I betting this because I want things to happen for Arsenal? Yes. Am I also betting it because Liverpool hasn't been successful at Old Trafford? Yes. Manchester United, draw, no bet, plus 265 is my Super Dog. Chief, what do you have?
You know what? I'm pivoting. I'm pivoting in real time. I'm taking Anthony Elanga plus 450.
Wow.
Anytime. He's been sniffing around it for a while. He's been a little bit snake bitten. If he's in the starting lineup, he will score.
Okay, if he's not in the starting lineup?
Morgan Gibbs-White plus 500.
Love it. Za?
My Super Dog for this week, Brentford is away to Aston Villa. They're plus 350 money line. I think Brentford could do it.
Wow,
really?
That's a nice pick, Za.
Villa's
coming in with smoke today. You feeling different?
Villa's kind of licking their wounds. They lost to who did they play this last weekend? This midweek, Villa lost to.
They lost to City.
To Man City 4-1. 4-1. Yeah, the Foden hat trick. There it is, the Foden hat trick. And I think they're going to be licking their wounds and still be licking their wounds. So 350 plus 350. Let's go.
All right. I love it. All right. Time for the treble picks. Again, if you're new here, all 3 of us, we give one leg. We form it into one little parlay. Just so you guys know, last week we went 0 for 3. So if you tailed us, I'm sorry. If you faded us, you're welcome. My leg for the treble picks this week is the Arsenal Brighton under 2.5 goals.
Like that a lot. I'm with you on that one.
What do you have?
Oh, I'm going. I'm taking West Ham draw no bet. So it's minus 110. I think West Ham gets it done.
And Za, what do you got?
Nicky Smokes has learned. He's playing with the totals now. Not the actual
that Chelsea game gave me a heartbreak. I know I won the bet, but that was one of the craziest sweats I had in my life. I thought I was dead. Yeah. I was.
You were dead.
I told him. I literally a minute before I'm like, Nicky Smokes and football, you're dead when the final whistle goes.
That's what Za told me. He's like, bro, you're not dead yet. You're not dead. I'm like, Za, there's 2 minutes left.
I'm like,
I am dead.
It's too long. But my pick for the treble picks. I'm gonna keep the over/under thing going, man. I'm going over in the Burnley Everton game. It's at 2.5 right now. I'm gonna pick that over minus 130, and that's also gonna be my pick that I'll put out too.
All right, so the treble picks are under 2.5 in the Arsenal game. West Ham tie nil bet. The over 2.5 in the Everton game. If you parlay all three of those picks, it'll pay out plus 660. Hey, that's not a bad day at the office.
Nope.
Not a bad day at the office. And if you fade that 3-team parlay, I don't know what it pays, but your odds of winning are definitely higher. That's for sure. That's all we got for today. Shout out to everyone who watched. We're going to keep pumping this, keep going live anytime we got a nice slate of games. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.